Okay, so there's a lot going on here, and it's very chilling what's developing. I'm going to just go over quickly some of the news and then just some points and also the bigger plan of what is happening. And if you obviously aren't living under a rock, you know that there's a huge migrant crisis happening right now. This weekend, Mayor Adams from New York just announced that he will no longer allow people that are 23 and older. I'm just looking at one of these articles they will be given 30 days of shelter without the ability to reapply unless they demonstrate an extenuating circumstance necessitating an additional stay. So basically, they're pulling the rug from under them and saying, that's it. You can't be here anymore. That's where you're gone, right? And so previously they were sheltered. They were given better, in some sense, treatment than the homeless in America, and they're just coming over the border. Everybody is applying and they're getting shelter. They're vacating hotels, and people cover this stuff. So you can go research that. Now, what's more alarming is that just over the last couple of months, or rather weeks, that there's a huge measles outbreak crisis. Now, this is happening especially in my city, Chicago. The Pilsen Center especially has been on the news, and people are on edge. So everybody around here, in some sense, are closing schools and various things. There's 45 total cases. There's some in Arizona and Flagstaff and also in Sacramento. But basically, this is not being covered as much as people are hoping that it would be covered. Now, others will argue that, no, it's not really an issue for many of us because, we're protected and blah, blah, blah. But what the bigger issue right now is that not only is this happening and there's disease and there's random things, but there are people that are on the DL perspective, talking about how they are flooding strategically certain neighborhoods with the migrants. And again, I'm from Chicago, so I'm well aware of certain things in Chicago, but you have to hear it from certain people that are on the ground. And so this is Chicago gangs, this is people in the South Side, and just various places with, that are less affluent, if you want to say ghetto. But here is one person that's talking about this. Now, this person got censored, so this sound isn't available. This is just one person. You can literally look this up, and you'll see hundreds of people, maybe thousands, that are prominent in the sense that the word is getting out and people are paying attention. So let's listen quickly to what this person is saying.
They brought them here and put them in the hood because they want us to fight each other. And by us, I mean us. I just got a phone call from a homegirl, and she's talking to me about the immigrants that are now in the hood and how they are now creating gangs. And think about it, they put them in all the hoods around the U.S. and all the democratic states where all the black people and brown people live. Here I was thinking that they were being brought here so they can fight Americans, but really they're being brought here so they can create chaos in the black and brown neighborhoods. I'm originally from right outside of Chicago, and my homegirl's in Chicago now, and she said they are hanging out on every street corner all through our old neighborhood. And once they start committing all these crimes, they're going to get arrested, and then they're going to be used for the slave labor in these big prisons. That's why they're creating cop cities. They all have this planned out completely. I think we're going to see a major outburst in criminal activity, and we're going to begin to fight these people in our own neighborhood because they already had that planned.
So again, this is one video out of many that's very anecdotal. And what that means is that it's by observation. They're looking at it, they're seeing their street corners. There are people that are not giving conjecture and conspiracy. They're just literally saying they're busing these people into their neighborhoods. And it's like O Block or whatever it is. Like there's gang neighborhoods, and people are just shipping these people into the corner. And people are on edge because of not only measles and various diseases, but also because it's in numbers. Now, a lot of people will argue Chicago is not an issue, right? With all of the stuff that's going on, it's not an issue. But once you get people in numbers, and then you have people that are living in poverty, they're in the streets, they want to have a livelihood, they want to survive. If you combine poverty and hunger and the need for basic necessities, they're going to go out of their way to survive. And so whether that's looting and robbing, whether that's stealing, whatever it is, there's going to be chaos. It's not a recipe for greatness, for prosperity, and for a new life. They're going to do what they need to do to survive. And again, I'm not speaking for all migrants. I'm not speaking for everybody that's on this street corner and they're going to turn to violence. But when push comes to shove and you got people just in the face of other people, you're going to naturally see certain things that will develop. And so again, to the degree that they had planned this block by block and the numbers and all that stuff, who knows? But what's happening legitimately is that it's causing a stir and unrest. And then with the New York stuff, as well as with this measles stuff, it's just getting out of hand. And so let's see, in some sense, what happens. But what's not going well is that it's not getting better. It's not getting better. The borders are wide open. You're getting people that are democratic in a sense. They don't really care about certain things. And then when it comes to their doorstep and they're making legitimate videos, observations, and again, you can look this up. People are filming their street block and they're seeing all these people and it's getting chaotic and you have confrontations and all of that. And what is it that these evil globalists want? Do they want population reduction? Do they want people to kill each other off in some sense, right? Sickening. But what is the bigger thing at play here? Is it for the votes later on? Is it for just throwing people off so that there's a distraction, there's false flag events, all this stuff? Whatever is happening, it's not good. And what is the bigger, awakening call for people is that they're realizing who they are electing and what's going on in their city, and they're acting, right? They're acting out in desiring change. And so the same thing happened with the TikTok stuff and many others. But this is one part of how do you wake somebody up? Now, is this part of a white hat movement, or is it part of a, hey, let's let the white hats letting the black hats do their thing so that it could stir something up to wake people up? And then when people have been brought to the precipice and enough is enough, then they will cry wolf and say, okay, now we need Trump back. Now we need these Republicans and these good people back, right? We need to have some kind of change. So whatever this is at the highest level, it's very certain that this is executing according to how the evil people want it to roll out. And if it's controlled in some sense, and the good guys are allowing it to seep just little by little, enough that it stirs the crowd, that's obviously working as well. And so, again, I'm saying this because, again, whether you think there's something more sinister or not, it's definitely allowing people to see what's going on. And a lot of it also is not being covered. And alternatively, people have to get on TikTok. They have to get on different places like this app and talk about the measles outbreak. They have to talk about the migrant crisis. And you're seeing hundreds of thousands of people talking and discussing these things because it's not being covered in the news. And so, again, just wanted to give you guys this quick warning. Pray up, allow yourself to be informed and to understand the bigger picture. Don't look at it as some one or two isolated incidents. Is there somebody that is masterminding a lot of this? And is it possible that there's a bigger, sinister plan that's happening? This person got censored. Many people are getting taken down because they don't want this word to go out. So love you guys. Be encouraged. Talk to you guys very soon.